It's a messy situation. And in that situation, we are trying to use our best people, our professionals, to solve and empathize with the customer.
The practical ways that AI is applied in collection space and how we actually use AI to help our customers become the heroes of their organization. Dimitris, welcome to our Make Collection Heroes vidcast. In this vidcast, as you know, we're going to focus on AI. And AI not in the usual way, not as a hype or as a discussion whether AI is going to replace humans, but more about the practical ways that AI is applied in collection space and how we actually use AI to help our customers become the heroes of their organization.
Thanks, Chris. Nice to be here.
So let's start our discussion. And I think it's easy to start this discussion because everybody's talking about AI. It's the hype. But what we are currently missing, at least in the space of collections, is which problems are we talking about? What is AI going to solve? So before we go to technicalities and solution, what problems are we about to solve with AI?
Let's imagine it's, 9 a.m. We're at the collection center, and it's the beginning of the week. So thousands of queues have been scheduled. Many people will be called this day. Some of them will resolve their debt. Some of them will raise a dispute. Some of them will try to escalate. So it's a messy situation. And in that situation, we are trying to use our best people, our professionals, to solve and empathize with the customer. And so far, traditionally, we've been solving this with statistical segmentation. We've put people into buckets, into segments, as we say, which is good. Segments are good, they give you structure. But at the same time, they are the tragedy of averages. So you cannot actually personalize the treatment that you do for each customer. You cannot deal with the existing struggles and pains of its customer. So, in my belief, the most important aspect of AI, where it can really help in collections, is it can help us personalize the treatments, help our people, our collections heroes, to decide smarter, decide faster, and decide in a more personalized way, so that at the end of the day, our customers get the treatment that they deserve and they need, and not a statistical average of the treatments of people in the same bucket as them.
What capability does AI unlock that allows us to go from this broad segmentation, which has worked very well in the past, to a more personalized treatment?
Yeah. So when I think about it, the mental model I have splits it into 4 categories. At the beginning, what we do is we separate noise from signal. We do our predictions. What these predictions mean? It means that for every customer, we can predict several aspects of their behavior, and we can organize our strategies accordingly. More specifically, as you can understand, for each customer, we can predict things like, are they going to default? Are they going to give you a promise to pay? Are they going to actually keep their promise? Maybe they have a specific archetype of behavior, like maybe they are a lazy payer, or maybe they are a self-curer, which means that eventually they will handle their debts without any external help. This is the first and perhaps the cornerstone of every successful and personalized collection strategy, to be able to separate the noise from the signal. Once you do that, it unlocks you the second pillar, which I call it strategizing. Once you're able to collect all these signals, all these prediction signals, and combine them with the operational rules and the operational constraints of your system, that means the operational capacity of your call center. Maybe it's the cost of each action that you're going to do to achieve the best possible outcome for its customer, then you can have personalized strategies. Personalized strategies, I believe, they have a huge opportunity thanks to AI, because AI allows us to scale all these signals that we get and, as a consequence, scale our strategization, our decision making, so that they can become hyper-personalized. And once you have achieved this strategization via hyper-personalized suggestions, then you have to select a route. You can use AI in two different ways. Either you can use AI to digitally engage with the customer, so you can use the very famous, I believe, in this era, chatbots, so that you can self-resolve any issue digitally without the help of any human. Or for the most difficult cases where you need to have human in the loop, the least you can do actually is you can boost your human collector agent productivity by using AI to help them understand the case better, have this sense of continuity so that the customer doesn't get frustrated that they need to repeat everything again and again, and enable your collection agents so that during the call and after the call, they offer the most personalized treatments, say the right words, understand the nuances of each customer so that they can offer them the best plan available. So TLDR, if I had to combine all these four pillars together, I'd say that the four outcomes that you can expect via using AI in collections would be, first of all, predicting, second, strategizing, third, engaging, and fourth, boosting human productivity.
Makes perfect sense. Practically what you have described is what has been, let's say, the holy grail in collections for many years. And I know I have been working in the space for 2 decades and discussing about what you describe as the strategy of one.
So before going into the tools, I'd just like to say that AI and specifically machine learning has been used in traditional collections for years, if not for decades. However, the maturity and the acceptance of collection leaders on these technologies had always been burdened by the problem of explainability. So, in other words, for any AI tool to be able to convince not only the actual collection agents, but leadership, management, compliance, risk, operations, all these different functions that are having and they are pushing with different pressures during the whole process. In order to persuade these people that it's something that is working, it's explainable and auditable, a lot of advancements had to be done, not just technology-wise, but also compliance-wise. And to give you an idea, the advancement in explainability that has emerged as a major academic and business domain in the last years has helped people shed more light into the outcomes of machine learning algorithms. And that, for the first two pillars that I mentioned before, specifically for predicting and strategizing, has given us a toolkit that allows us to say not only how should I treat Chris on his due amount of money that he owes me, but also why did I select this specific strategy for Chris? And this is not only good for me as a collections agency, but it's also good for you because it allows me to actually enable this strategy of one. I have the justification that what I do is the best possible outcome based on the data I have for you. This was not always taken for granted because black box solutions were always having a bad time at being justified and enabled in regulated environments like banking and financial institutions. So that's one. The second thing has to do with what you said actually, with the advancements in technology. So right now, I believe the momentum is ideal. Why? Because there is a combination of machine learning with AI agents. And AI agents, for me, are the last mile for AI native collection journeys. It allows us to transform our journeys from static to dynamic. What do I mean? If I do specific predictions based on data that I have for you, and I find the right plan, the right next best action for you, then the execution of this action relies on many parameters, relies on scalability, on capacity, etc. With AI, we can automate the last mile of the journey, and we can do what we were promising all this time. We can do truly personalized journeys.
Thank you, Dimitri. That was very interesting.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you for watching or listening. And until our next episode, let's keep making collection heroes.